Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be taking a look at a potential nor'easter for the Northeast. Okay, I will like to give you guys a very in-depth, detailed outlook here on the Northeast. We are going to be taking a look at the rainfall totals, how it's going to form, why it's forming, what pattern are we in, because honestly, the last few days we have been stuck in the lower 60s to even today being just barely getting out of the 50s and only getting to around 53 degrees. Pretty chilly across the Northeast, but when will it change? And I will say there is a pattern change coming up soon. But we will have to get through another nor'easter, okay? This is about the third coastal low in May so far that has really helped the drought. Because before we even take a look at anything, I should have got this up there. But if we just take a look at the drought monitor across the Northeast, because we've been dealing with quite of a bit of a drought. And let's go over here. We're gonna take a look over here. So this was May 20th, and you can tell pretty much a week ago, and we have even had more rain, and some of these numbers could honestly be done with here. Okay, you could tell we have some drought in the coastal regions of here. That should be getting completely gone. A lot of the drought is gone, even in the Allentown and areas like this. We pretty much, I would say, just have a, a code 0. It's just a yellow. So pretty much it is average across Allentown on north. If you guys are in that tan shade, you guys are under moderate droughts. Very little, nothing too much. And then that severe drought, pretty much gone. I'll say honestly at this point, with all the rain we have been receiving, a lot of this down here is now exit and gone. So with no more drought, means now too much rain could cause flooding. Okay, even before. We've been keeping a track on the drought monitor here, and this is not the only drought because we have Texas, the Four Corners, California, all the way back in here, Florida. I mean, everybody's in some sort of drought. Even in Hawaii is in a bit of a drought. So pretty intense, but a lot of the drought in the Northeast is pretty much all gone. Nothing too much to worried about with the droughts in there. But we're going to be taking a look at all the models and all the latest recent data. Okay, so this is at 24 hours out. I'm 27 hours out. Okay, good. So we are going to be looking at the NAM model. We're going to be taking a look at all the models and just looking at everything here. So I want to start out honestly with the Euro model, and I think the Euro model is a very dominant model. It's been doing really good, and I want to take a look at the dynamics here. So let me go look for something I can use here. I haven't done this in a while since the winter, so just bear with me. Give me a second to find this all. Okay, that is interesting, but no. I don't think it's that. This is honestly what it is. And there it is. Alright. Let's just take it back to 0 hours. There it is. Right now, we got a bit of a trough here going on. We got ridging up in the north, a little trough that swung through. And this shortwave piece of energy actually comes in a bit more of an aggressive side here. We see in the next 24 hours, kind of links up with another trough to the north. So now you got what's going on here is one trough, and then you got the second trough right here. They're both meeting up. You got a short wave right here. You got ridging back in here. And this is the pattern. So the pattern's kind of set up like a nor'easter, a little bit weird over here. You know, more like that is the pattern. The dipping in the jet stream in the northeast, that's very important. Okay. And you kind of see, if you guys are, by the way, new or new to the channel, please subscribe, like, let's get up to 210 subscribers. That is the goal, and we are hoping to make some big time growth throughout this week. I will be doing my hurricane season outlook in the next coming days. I am in a little behind with the hurricane season update, but I know you guys loved it and crushed it for the last, and I'll be doing some updates on that. I'm just watching the pattern, trying to let this nor'easter, giving it some time to give me some feedback if I was going to make a stream or not. But I'm going to give you guys some good detail because this is actually looking pretty interesting. If this was snow, we'll probably be talking about a foot snowstorm widespread across the I-78 corridor. Alright. So, we're looking at the next, let's go for 48 hours. This, at this point, is the new trough. We are the new dip in the jet stream. We got a low piece swinging out ahead of it. What's going to happen is this is going to tilt. And this is going to make a nor'easter pretty much right up the East Coast. Pretty good. If this was in the wintertime, I'm telling you, this would be a snow nor'easter. And there it is. How quickly are the questions, does this trough tilt? I mean, we got this right here, but look how this just trips right here. Alright, so now you got a low pressure somewhere on here riding this, and the more this piece up here is more over here and this is here, we're going to get more of a dynamic strengthening trend. This is a classic. This is a classic winter pattern where you see the ridging out in the west and a massive trough with a nor'easter look. Let's take a look back at my winter outlooks when we were doing that. It's a very dynamic look on the euro, okay? Very cool for, remember, this is going to be for June. I mean, this honestly is very interesting because we see our trough main axis up here and then just deeply sharps right here. So you got a pretty decently strengthening low on this as this is going up the East Coast. How much, you know, we still got little details to make it up, and we got throughout tomorrow to tweak them. Right now, I'm looking at anywhere from a 995 to a 989 millibar storm. Still much powerful than the other three nor'easters, but it's pretty unique how we see the trough by 11 a.m. There it is, our low, and there is our low right there. Look at that. Perfect ridge, perfect pattern. This was in the winter. We'll be talking about a block bust. We'll be talking about a pretty good nor'easter. Then you can see a back end piece of energy right here comes along. That could happen. And then the jet stream kind of breaks, and there it is. The beginning of different. We start seeing ridging out in the west. And we start seeing ridging out in the, east in the west. East with the ridge, west with the trough. So pattern flip by June 3rd. Okay, and if we just take a look deeper out into the pattern, yeah, you can see the differences really begin. We still got a little piece of energy there. We're still struggling to get that full-on change. But eventually, by later in June, we do build a high right here, the Bermuda high, and we just start cranking temperatures all the way up here and kind of averaging out here, and this is it. So this is kind of the last big piece of winter trying to hold on. At this point, we're done. And remember, you guys, if you guys are new, please subscribe. Leave any comments down below. I am looking very grateful to let you guys comment down below, okay? Thank you guys for all your likes and subscribers. We are trying to, once again, let's get up to 205 tonight of subscribers. That is the ultimate goal here. But this is a good look at the euro. Okay, let's take a bit more of a look at this trough here. This is that trough, okay? 18Z, honestly, brings it a little bit more closer. Oh yeah, look at that. Very interesting piece right here. I mean, if this was just a little bit more slanted, this thing would probably get even lower in millibars here. I mean, this is a pretty tilted trough. Look at that. There's that piece of energy. Boom. Strengthens. Rides up. Second piece comes. And then we see temperatures, by the way, for your day tomorrow. Pretty warm. We're talking about, not really, actually. I mean, probably getting in the 60s, lower 70s in some spots. And then for Friday is that nor'easter day, and good news, looks like it's going to be overnight. So we might be able to crank out a little bit more of a 70-degree day before anything big happens. But let's take a look at the precip. And this is another very interesting. There is our piece of energy coming from Oklahoma. That starts strengthening right here. There's our piece of low right here. Troughing right here. Nothing too big. There's our low starting to get cranked up here. This is just going to ride the coast right here. A very inland track on this one. But you can kind of see how this rapidly organizes from a 997 here, bringing impacts already, okay? So let's go a little bit closer in the view here. And you kind of see our beginning develop stages, what happened pretty far down here. We are going to continue to keep a look at that. But there it is. Nothing too much right there. Then we go from big numbers. We start dropping. So from 997 into Delaware, south of Philly, we get that right into the New Jersey coast. We're at 993. How quick will this change over? And another thing is, with a powerful strengthening low, we're going to have some pretty heavy rain right here. Looking pretty heavy right now. This is not the best graphic, but on this term, pretty good heavy rain on this side. Dustier winds starting to pick up. We're going to have to continue to watch this. We go from a 993 to a 991 just like that. So, start, I would say, if you guys are in the Lehigh Valley, northern Pennsylvania, tonight, 8, this is 11, this is already 2 a.m., this is 5 in the morning. You got a 991 coastal low right off the East Coast here, spinning itself away. Heavy rain bands going into the New England area. Heavy rain bands on the back side. Will this strengthen even rapper? Will this become a 989 right there? Because then it does change over by 8 a.m. to a 989. We still got bands of rain back in New Jersey. Then 988. This thing wraps up even more. 986, 985, 985 looks like to be the jackpot. We get the background low, kind of another little trough with a little round of rain, and that's it. The pattern gets all dried out here. We're looking at the rainfall totals with the Euro model. And the Euro has done, I think, a good job. And this is why I'm really locking in on the Euro right now of everything. And honestly, this is pretty interesting. But, I mean, you got a solid 2 to 4 inches of rain right here. You got some spots of 3, 3.5 right here just in New Jersey. So right here, you're looking at I would say anywhere from 2 to 3 inches of rain or more. And that could uptrend. This can go up. This can go down. Locally 4. Okay. Locally 4 inches. That's what the Euro has for me right now. Pretty consistent from the 12Z. Position-wise, a little bit more off the coast. You know, right there, boom. We're seeing some 373s near 4 inches. Latest 18Z run has it still getting into the 3s and 4s. 6Z run, a little bit more farther south. So a little bit of a bigger uptrend on the Euro. And that's the end of the line for it, okay? That's just one model. Now I want to take a look at the GFS. Because GFS hasn't really caught up onto it too much. But has done a pretty good job. Kind of has it more of an inland 992 than quicker moving. We don't really see anything big wrap up or anything. We kind of just see the low go like this, and it's been trying to fix itself. And I think in the 12s even had it farther back. I think that was ridiculous. I think we're gonna have a reback down off the coast. But even with an inland track, you're getting everyone with solid numbers. You're getting, you know, the inland tracks up to, you know, even these parts up to 3, 4 inches. So at the end of the day, both case scenarios, you're looking at 2 to 4 inches of rain on either one. We look at the GEFS, and this is, okay, 60. I wasn't, okay, GFS, my bad. Let's go back to rainfall totals here. So in this run, you could tell still up to 2 to 3 inches rain. A little bit more back over here. So you can tell it's fixing itself. We're going to have to wait for the 0Z. Probably not going to wait that long. But GEFS, though, as we take a look, the low kind of goes up the East Coast. The mean of all the models, I mean, right now is off the coast a little bit, but you still get a solid 2-inch meme out of it. So GFS is a little bit more wonky. Euro's a little bit more consistent. So I kind of have to go with the Euro for now, but we need to see and wait. Okay. The Gen model. This is a... we can look at that too. Another model that is a little bit off the coast, I think. But another model that generally shows 2, 3 inches of rain. And this one is slowly coming back to reality too on the latest runs. Precipitation. Let's go back to here. Precip types. You kind of see here. The low is still off. But look at that. I mean, yeah. That looks like a heavy rainmaker right there to me. And this kind of just rides that. But if we take a look at the 12Z, we were talking about way farther off the East Coast. So from 12Z to 18Z, close. Total accumulation still same. Okay. We're just watching for the mini changes in every... Okay. Okay, Euro. We got a lot to talk about, you. Euro goes bam, bam, boom inwards. That is very interesting. Euro is looking interesting. I wasn't even trying to hit that. Okay, this is latest. Oh, wait, that's 18Z. Never mind. We are okay. I was about to say. Never mind. That was 18Z. I was about to say if the 0Z still holds. Oh, it's looking more south. Look at that. Yup. Wow. Look at the 0Z to 18Z. So much more south. That could absolutely change it all. Any move south like that, you're looking at a back to the coast. Look to me. Yeah, look at it. It's so different on the latest run. That's looking pretty quiet on this latest run. I mean, I'm not going to count it yet, but from my looks, wow, look at that. From that run to this run, I mean, you looking the furthest off the East Coast. I don't even know if that thing develops with the latest run. I'm going to keep looking at this. I do not even know what this run's going to go like. This is 12Z. There it is. I mean, this is going to be a whole different run. I don't even know what to say right now. 18Z, freaking smashing like the Euro. $18Z, 0Z actually keeps it like the 18Z on the NAM 3KM. That's a tough one. The 45-hour mark like kills me right there. And the 48-hour mark. It just... I don't know how to feel about it. We're going to keep holding off on it. Just keep... I hate when the models do this. Especially when it comes to the NAM, like... This inconsistency kind of bothers me. Like, right now you're talking about a whole different outcome here. I mean, you still got heavy rain, but, I mean, you're looking from the 18Z. I mean, look at the 18Z. You had a crushing nor'easter. I mean, you are talking about total accumulations of rain up to anywhere a solid 3 to even close to 5 inches of rain. On the NAM was the most aggressive on the 18Z. And from right now, what it looks, I want to see why it does this. And let's go back to continental US. We're going to look at some feature here because we're missing the 200 millibar height. Still slanted. Let's go to this. So it has it more like a swinging. So you kind of actually want because this was like that and now, so everything is a little bit more off the coast. I see what happened on the 0Z and 18Z. Everything got pushed more east because look, you're looking at that. You got deeper side of energy. I mean, it can still produce. I just don't think the same numbers. Or it's going to be a little bit more off the East Coast and be like more like. It could be more like a Euro. That's. Did Euro had it more like this? That's the thing. Euro is like this, then up the East Coast. That could be a very similar path. So I'm not counting off Euro at all. I'm not saying that's what we're going to do now. As we're getting. Oh my god. I thought for saying that just popped open. So this is 51, 50. It's just completely interesting. So on this run, you got a coastal low right here. Boom. So we take a look at this run compared to the 18Z. Look at that. 18Z was right here. Wow. You're looking at over a 100-mile gap right there where the model decided to go to. That's not the new area. The only thing is, we're going to have to continue to watch it. Things like this could quickly get changed out of control, and I understand that. That's why I hate looking at the models when 0Z comes out, because this kind of always happens where I'll compare the 18Z and 0Z, and then 18Z and 0Z is a whole new ball show, and I'm like, now I'm back where, like, what's going to be the outcome now? You know what I mean? But we should see. Yeah, look at that. I don't know if the 0Z is, I don't even know what it's doing, to be honest with you. Because the NAM 3K, wow. That's 18Z. 0Z. Look at 0Z compared to 18Z. I mean, 0Z is even further inland. So I'm confused. Because you got one NAM model doing this, where you got a tightening low, and then there's the NAM off the East Coast. That I'm a little confused between the models here. Let's look at the FV3, because that is... Everything looks... Okay. I can't even look at anything else. There's no 0Z update. Oh wow, look at that is crazy. Yeah, there's something I don't even know what to say. I mean, you're looking at nothing. That's I don't even believe any of it. I think that's a way overthrown way to do this. I mean, you're looking at absolute nothing. This thing is literally just all the way over here with nothing. It's so flat. The thing is, how does the NAM now look? The NAM doesn't even match it at all, and this is where I don't believe the NAM 32 cam, because you got one model, just a buzzsaw of a nor'easter. I mean, this is a classic 18Z and a classic 0Z buzzsaw nor'easter. I mean, you're talking about winds cranking even better. I mean, you're talking about winds really cranking in the 30s near 40 mile an hour range. I mean, the NAM 12 cam and the NAM 3 cam does this where sometimes on the 0Z it'll go way off. And I think it's one of those case scenarios. I mean, there is nothing to argue, and I don't believe that actually at all. This is the latest 18Z. I don't see the NAM 3 cam disagreeing with you that much either. I mean, the NAM 12 cam is off the chart, off the hook. I mean, I'm not saying the NAM 3 cam is right too, but I mean, wow, this, yeah, you could tell this is going to be some big totals, because you already got up to 5 inches of rain in some spots. I'm not saying this is the reality run that's going to be like, okay, we right, because this is one nasty looking nor'easter run where this turns right away and just strengthens when your NAM is all the way out here. I mean, let's just take a look at the differences. You got the NAM 3 cam wrapping itself up in here. The NAM 12 cam there. You got GFS already up here at the time. You got European right here at the time. You see what I mean? You got the